In this video, we're going to talk about best practices while coaching lift in the golf swing. So I have a golfer pulled up here, young collegiate player, and we're going to go ahead and tap at the bottom, and we're going to go into lift, and I'm going to pull up pelvis lift and chest lift trackers so we can see that throughout the swing. You also have the option in here to look at indicators, right? So indicators would be lift at certain points in time in the swing. I like to go ahead and pull up the trackers in this case because I can take this golfer through their entire swing and talk to them about what their lift numbers are doing throughout the entire swing. So now that we have these lift numbers pulled up, we're at address, and you can simply use the club tiles that can help you take this golfer through different parts of the swing. You can certainly put your finger on the purple dot here and drag it through the swing, which is perfectly fine as well. Or if you just want to go through key parts of the swing, you can go ahead and click those club icons and it will take you from address to club half back to arm half back all the way through the swing. And that's what we'll use for this video because it's very quick, it's easy. You can communicate what you need to your player and talk about what they're doing. So at the address position, we know it all starts at 0, right? Linear numbers, we're starting at 0 from the address position. And if I start to work our way through, we could see because this is a collegiate player, she's doing some really good things in her swing. And I want you to take notice, and these are things that you can say to your player. You know, they are green numbers, right? They're green numbers. If we go ahead and click into her pelvis lift, you know, these are green numbers all the way through from address to impact. We had one yellow number that was just slightly outside the range at follow-through club half, but for all intents and purposes, it's a great movement in terms of what we're looking at in lift. But there's also things you could look a little deeper into the numbers, even if they're green, right? But we'll talk about those here. If we take her through all these positions, we see a slightly lowering downward movement to the pelvis and the chest at club half back. We'll see the same thing at arm half back, just a little more. And in her case, she kind of lifts a little bit into the top of swing position, but still has that negative number with the pelvis. So she's slightly down about an inch from where she started. Then as she starts her downswing, you can see she moves into her lead side, but that lift number stays relatively the same from the top to arm halfway down. And then if we continue on and we go to club, now we can start to see that lift number is going the other direction, starting to move upward more. And when she gets to impact, she's about 0.4 inches up with her pelvis and just almost about an inch down with her chest. So this is a player that is working on trying to get more into the ground and use the ground better to generate some force and speed in her swing. So with that being said, yes, her numbers are green, but in terms of a best practice, if you're working on generating more speed in your golfer swing and you want to utilize the ground a little better, I would look to see from this arm half back number to the top and then especially into arm halfway down, I'd like to see that number increase a little bit more, which will help her lower more and give her the ability to push into the ground better and use some of those forces to generate more speed through her swing. So for best practices, when you're coaching lift, pull up pelvis lift and chest lift. You can go to the key points of the swing, or you can just scrub your way through by dragging that purple dot from any position you want. And don't forget to go ahead and click on the tiles to give that player an understanding of where they are compared to the ranges that we see amongst the PGA Tour. And the LPGA Tour paints a great picture for them and will definitely help you get that communication across to give them an understanding of really what you're trying to get them to do in terms of coaching lift throughout their swing.